Okay, you've brought in another funny or hate crime. Now, shall we explain how this works?
Well, it's basically something that we find either funny or a hate crime, some article in the news. So far, the two we've done before, one came down as both and the other came down as neither.
Yeah.
So this is very open to any kind of interpretation we want to put on it.
It's important to point out that there are 4 choices. We have funny, we have hate crime, we have both, or none of the above.
Or possibly a 5th possibility we haven't even come up with yet.
We haven't encountered that one yet, but that's always a possibility. How familiar are you with the story we have for this week?
Pretty familiar, actually.
Okay, you want to tell the folks?
The headline is, "Man claims he found black Sims chained up in basement while playing on his ex's computer." Now, I say I'm familiar with this because 20 years ago, I played the original game, The Sims, on my computer. I did not realize people were still playing it. I guess there's been new versions. I haven't kept up with it. But when I used to play, it was not possible to have slavery in your game. But apparently they've made it more dynamic. I don't know.
And that's why I was skeptical about this, because I know nothing about The Sims. I thought this story might be fake because, like you, Chris, I couldn't imagine this would be something the game would allow a player to do. So I asked the A-Bomb about this.
Okay.
Because every few months, she gets tired of hearing about Oasis Dawn to Dusk. And she decides to cleanse her mental palate. She's got to play The Sims for a few hours, or perhaps even a day,
okay,
or an entire weekend.
It can be very engrossing.
It is engrossing, and she seems to enjoy it, and it provides a sense of peace. And she told me that there are people who know how to manipulate the game in a way where almost anything is possible. So this is very likely that someone figured out how to do this.
Yeah, it didn't seem out of the realm of possibility to me, because when I used to play, you know, I'd play my character, and you'd end up with like a wife at some point, right? And a wife and a family and a home and all this, and eventually you'd be like, maybe I want to try having a new wife. So what I would do is I'd send the wife into the swimming pool in the backyard there, the swimming pool, and then you just use your editing tool to delete the ladder so that she cannot get out of the swimming pool, and she drowns. The body goes away in a couple of days, and you're all clear to have a new wife.
And you go on to star in Boston Legal.
Yeah.
So that's the extent of your knowledge of the chicanery you can pull as a player in Sims. So, so this story does check out.
Yeah.
Funny, hate crime, both, neither.
Well, we have some further information. The relationship did not end long after this happened. So this did cause a breakup. He said he was a racist. He was kind of like a misogynist. He was a cheater. He always had his phone face down. Now, what I found interesting about this is these are 2 gay guys, right?
Yeah.
He's a misogynist? How's that work with 2 gay guys? I'm not sure I'm following that part of it.
Well, that's how big a misogynist is. He doesn't want anything to do with women.
Okay. All right, I guess. I don't know. So
because a lot of times when they call a man a misogynist, they always say like they did this with Trump. It's like, oh, he's a misogynist. He hates women. He can't stand women. He has hatred toward women. And well, what is your evidence for this? Well, he can't get enough women. It never really seemed to add up.
I guess it's all about how you treat them.
I think that can be a true misogynist. He's so committed to his hatred toward the quote unquote fairer sex that he doesn't even want to have sex with them.
You have a great point. Maybe he's not even gay.
Yes, that's how deep the hatred goes.
Well, I'm not sure where I'd weigh in. It's definitely not a hate crime. It's funny. I mean, it's pretty damn funny.
It's a funny thing to do. I don't think it can be considered a hate crime because can you commit an act of hatred against pixelated characters on a computer screen?
Yeah. And we don't know that they were all black. You know, we got no reliable source on that. There could have been a person of another race chained up in the basement as well. Who knows?
Yeah, in this article, I saw no screenshots of what this guy was up to.
Right. So we're saying not a hate crime.
What his handiwork produced. No, not a hate crime.
It's kind of funny. I think if we did have screenshots, it would be funnier.
Not an act of hate. Perhaps an extension of his beliefs, but there's no proof of that.
Right.
So it's difficult to ascribe hatred to it. And not a crime.
No, not a crime. But do you find it funny?
I don't know if it's necessarily funny. I think it's more odd than funny.
Yeah.
Do we have a funny strange or funny aha category for these?
I suppose either definition of that word will work.
Okay, well, I will say funny strange, or in the absence of that as an option, I will say neither.
Yeah, I'm going to go with funny because I chuckled a little bit.
All right.